Hi, this is Rob Beardsley, author of The Definitive Guide to Underwriting Multifamily Acquisitions. So here's the book. This is actually the proof copy that I used to edit the book for the final edits. But the book is now finally available on Amazon. And so I wrote this book about underwriting multifamily, and I thought about writing this book for quite a while. It started a few years ago. People asked me all the time, how did you learn underwriting? And they were just looking for that one book to read, that one course to take, that mentor to follow. And I really didn't have a good answer. I myself really consider myself self-taught. I started learning it by necessity, just getting out there, underwriting deals, talking to brokers, picking people's brains, and really putting myself out there and letting my underwriting get critiqued, whether it's by a broker or it's by an investor or some other service provider. And that's when I learned, and that's when I was able to take my abilities and understanding to the next level. And along the way, while all this is happening, I was also in the process of building and rebuilding my own underwriting model and letting people evaluate the model itself, not just the particular evaluation of an investment. Really let me tweak it over time and it constantly improve it. So I'm always looking wait for ways to improve the model. And when you not only underwrite many deals, but actually create your own model, you really learn the intricacies of how all the numbers work together and the discounted cash flow and how certain inputs are sensitive and others are not, and how they play with each other in different scenarios. And then of course comes all the different ways you can stress test and scenario analysis, which are all really helpful ways to understand a deal better. So something that I feel very strongly about is the need for underwriting in the passive investing world. So I think too many passive investors are making investments based on emotion or perceived abilities of the sponsor and things like that, and really are leaving such an important piece of the puzzle out, which are the numbers and the actual underwriting of the investment itself. So I think one of my hopes and goals of this book is to create an accessible, see, it's not a terribly long, very straight to the point, step by step book on how to underwrite. And my hope is that this empowers passive investors, people that don't do this professionally, to be able to read this book, pick it up, and start underwriting deals on a weekly, monthly basis, and really take another, add another tool in your toolkit for when you're evaluating opportunities, whether it's something that you want to buy on your own account or sponsor a deal, or if you want to make a passive investment into a syndicated transaction. So as I said, this book is, it's not a an inspiration story or a life story. It's a very straightforward how to, no fluff. And I actually go, I really peel the layers back on my Excel underwriting model, and I identify every single input, and I actually explain what it means and the general guidelines for the input. And these inputs are, starting from the most simple purchase price, and then you've got the big hitters like rent growth, and then, of course, you've got all the pro forma income and expenses such as RUBS, vacancy, bad debt. On the expense side, you have payroll, marketing, admin, contract services, property taxes. So each line item we walk through step by step and get a general understanding and guideline for what to be inputting where and for different scenarios. And also I walk through financing. So inputting debt assumptions and modeling different debt scenarios, whether it's a bridge loan or a permanent loan or a refi somewhere through the investment. Lastly, towards the end of the book, I talk about putting it all together with a partnership structure and really being able to, so you've underwritten the deal with project level returns. Now, can you layer in the fees and the promote structure to actually project what are investors or a GP going to net from the project? So not just looking at the deal from a project basis, but from a net basis, what you're going to end up with, whether you're on the GP or LP side of the transaction. And this is most commonly evaluated via a waterfall. And so I walk through the waterfall generally and what to look out for in certain structures and partnerships. And going back, of course, the book walks through my favorite and most important sensitivity analyses, and I have a whole tab in my model on sensitivity analyses. Speaking of the model, uh, definitely highly recommend, if you are going to buy and read the book, to go on lonestarcapgroup.com and download our underwriting model, which will complement your reading experience and be able to, as you're familiarizing yourself with the model, you'll be able to actually read the step-by-step instructions in here and really, you know, perform potentially an example underwriting along with the book. So that could really be a hands-on experience for you. And I think that could be a meaningful way to kick off your underwriting journey and, use my model, don't use it to tear it apart and take the components of it and go find another model that you really like, and use the different favorite aspects of every model you can find, and, put your own better Frankenstein version. That's exactly what I did when I first started building my model. I looked at the market and I said, well, let me get my hands on every model that I can. And I underwrote plenty of deals through various models. And I looked and I found the best features of every model. One model might be really solid, covered all its bases. It had all the inputs that you wanted, but it underwrote, but it projected cash flows only on an annual basis. And it wasn't a monthly pro forma, which is, in my opinion, lacking. So, but that model still had good pieces. So I took the good pieces, but I threw the annual away, and then found a good model with a monthly pro forma, kind of picked out what I liked in the monthly, and just kept going on and on, and cherry picking all the best pieces. So I highly recommend, whether you're going to, familiarize yourself with my model in order to underwrite deals, or simply use it as another reference point and pick the best parts of it to continue as you grow and build your own unique model. I think it's something that you should absolutely do. So go ahead, lonestarcapgroup.com, and you'll see at the top, click and you'll get the model sent right to you. And that's free. That's whether or not you buy the book, but I highly recommend buy the book and get the model. Enjoy.